Prejudice is a preconceived opinion, usually not based in any fact or actual lived experience. At a very base level, prejudice basically stifles your growth. It doesn't allow you to be as well-rounded of a person as you could potentially be if you understood other people and how they operated. And at a higher level, prejudice is a poison to society. It is entirely possible that the cure for cancer or the key for the next step in human evolution is locked inside the brain of a marginalized child in a community where their potential goes unrealized. Look at the examples that we've already had in American history. Henrietta Lacks for stem cell research, Marion Crook for the creation of the internet, and even James Brown for creating soul music. Prejudice prevents you and every other person in society from experiencing these outstanding feats in human history. So here are 3 steps to unlearn it. I know for probably the majority of people, I already lost you with step 1. But this is honestly the hardest step of the entire process. The first step to unlearning prejudices is to acknowledge the fact that you have them. You can start with situations where you think you might have shown that you had prejudiced beliefs or behavior. And if you can't think of anything off the top of your head, they even have quizzes that you can take online, like the implicit aptitude test for Harvard. Now, I'm sure we all know about the hundreds of different ways people are discriminated against based on insert characteristic here. But that's not the only way prejudice shows up in our daily lives. Like that time you might have made a black coworker feel uncomfortable. Or like that time you assumed Joe Biden couldn't do his job because he's over 75 years old. All right, maybe that last one was me. And ageism is a prejudice in its own right. But getting to the point where you're introspective is important, because then you realize how unfair it is to put people in these boxes. Empathy is really the ability to share and understand how other people are feeling. Practice putting yourself in their shoes and try to understand what the world would be like from their perspective. Most of us are surrounded by people who look like us, think like us, believe the way we do, vote the way we do, have the same education as us, and the result of that is called empathy deficit, something that just so happens to be getting worse as time goes on. And that's the root of many of our biggest problems. Empathy is like driving. It's a skill. The more you do it, the better at it you'll be, presumably. I mean, learning about people who are different than you can help you challenge your own preconceived biases and ideas about what the world is. Read books, watch documentaries, listen to podcasts, whatever you do, seek out resources to hear stories of people that are different from you. It's a big world out here, and it would be a shame for you to go through life and only have one type of perspective, only be exposed to one type of person. Prejudice often comes from assumptions that we make about people based on their identity. And although this is unfortunate, it's true and definitely normal. Everybody has preconceptions. The only issue is when you don't challenge those preconceptions and when you're choosing not to see everybody as just a regular human being. If you take a map of the most segregated places in the country and then you cross-reference that map with all of the hate groups that are known in the country, then you would see a pattern. When we don't interact with each other, it's easy to hate each other, because we don't see the similarities that we all have. Once you've identified these prejudices and taken steps to change and are interested in actually changing, now it's time to take some action. This could involve speaking up when you hear or see prejudiced behavior. This could also include advocating for marginalized groups. Or if nothing else, just coming with that good old American solution to problems: money. You could donate to organizations that are focused on bringing diversity, equity, and inclusion into society. But all in all, the most simple solution is just to connect with people, different people. And luckily, we live in a time where that's very easy to do. It's not at all hard to find somebody on social media who has some commonalities with you, but also is very different. You could spend time in a new neighborhood, or just do something to experience the culture of whatever place you travel to, if you like to travel. No matter how you take action in becoming more open-minded, just know that unlearning prejudice is an ongoing process. It takes time, intention, and energy, but it's a big world out there. And as soon as you start experiencing it, you won't regret it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next video.